university, university, and university, okay? But before to introduce you a little in the history of the city, look to your left. Because Salamanca, it was one of the fortress cities that we have been in this area of Spain defending the entrance of the Muslims coming from the south to the north, okay? Because we are a natural part of... no, yo creo que por aquí, por las toneladas no puedes, por el otro, okay? And this is the little part of the walls that we preserve in the city because we have to reinforce the city, okay? But if you look to the left, you can see the big dome in there. This is the cathedral, okay? But now we are going to the other side of the Roman bridge to stop, to take a picture, to walk just to the center of the bridge. And in there I'm going to explain to you the history of the city a little, okay? But if you look at there on your left, could you see how there are a lot of people in this little balcony? Could you see? Okay. This is a very famous garden that we have in Salamanca because belongs to, is a part of the history of a book that we have to read at the school, okay? And the title of the book is La Celestina. Celestina is a matchmaker, okay? And the history is the two lovers, Callisto y Melibea. You have to think about Romeo and Juliet. This is the Spanish Romeo and Juliet, okay? And this garden, it was the garden in the house of Juliet, of Melibea, that she was the rich, and Callisto, he was the poor. Okay? And Callisto climbed every night this high balcony to see Melibea, and he was helped by a matchmaker. The end of the history is the same of Romeo and Juliet. Callisto fell down one night and died, and following him was Melibea, and that is the end of the history of the book. But it's very famous for the people that they are coming to visit Salamanca to go to this little garden because of this book, okay? But now you have to look to your left. Because this bell tower, this is a monastery, but continue looking to the left, the high building in there. This is the chapel of another monastery. In the old city, only in the old town, we have 20 convents and monasteries. Still working, living nuns and fathers in all of them. The big one that you saw the deep belongs to the Dominicans. And that is a very important monastery in the history because they wrote a very good studies about maps. And Christopher Columbus, he was living in this monastery for 3 months. And in there took place the first meeting between Christopher Columbus and Queen Isabel. And the building on the left, this is the monastery of the Carmelites, the Carmelitas. But they are not big communities, really living in this kind of convents and monasteries. In one of them there are living 7, in another 9, in another 11, the bigger 33. Well, what is the history of Salamanca? The history of Salamanca is the university. This is the oldest university in Spain, and it's the 4th university in Europe. Our studies, they were founded 800 years ago, in 1218. But 800 years later, we continue living around of the university. In number of inhabitants, it's not a big city. We are 160,000 inhabitants. 70,000 of them, or more, they are retired people. If you're going to enjoy it tonight with the night life, you will see another kind of people. The young people, the students of the university, because in this year we have 34,000. And this is the economy of Salamanca. The 80% of our economy is the university. And the other 20% of our economy are you, the tourists. They are the two important industries that move and support the economy of Salamanca. Right? But as the studies, they were founded at the beginnings of 13th century. The 2 first centuries until the end of 15, I like to say that our university was sleeping. There were not a lot of people coming in here to study because the battles with the Muslims. When started the golden age of our university, the important moment in the history of our university, it was at the end of 15 and continued to the end of 17. This is the real moment in the history of our university. That is the moment when they start to come to Salamanca, not only the students of the university, if not, the city receive another important number of wealthy families coming from another places of Spain, arriving to Salamanca or to study at the university or to work as a teachers at the university, and receive another important number of religious congregations, because at this moment in the history only the priests, they have been the knowledges to teach at the university. And all of those people started the construction of a new city that now is the old town of Salamanca. At the inside of the walls, that is the part of the city protected by the UNESCO as a heritage. In 1988, inside of the walls, we have 20 convents and monasteries. We have 25 houses of the wealthy families that they looks like small palaces. But nowadays, all of them, they are working as a hotels, banks, public libraries, or belong to public institutions. And we have 31 churches working every day, celebrating religious services in all of them every day. And that is the total of the old town. That today is not a sunny day. Because of that, you can see how the city looks like a brown city. Is not a good color, because in a sunny days the city is so beautiful. In a sunny day, Salamanca is known as the golden city in Spain, and overall at the moment of the sunset. But don't worry, because tonight you will have the opportunity to see this beautiful color, but you have to stay at the street until 8:30, because at this moment they light the buildings, they light the cities, and they reproduce the same color that you can see if you are coming to Salamanca in a moment, in a sunny day, at the moment of the sunset. Okay? Are you ready to go to take a picture and to cross the Roman bridge? Only to the center, okay? We are not going to cross the whole. We are going to cross now a part of the river of Salamanca. Do you know what is the name? Dormes.
Dormes.
Dormes. Dormes is the name of the river of Salamanca. And please look to the right, because you will have a beautiful picture of the city when we pass this little park. Looking to the right, and now, surprise, surprise, and surprise. Do you see? You appreciate a little the towers? We use the whispers.
Wow.
Okay? Okay.
Beautiful.
I am going to take the whisper, okay, to explain to you as you are taking the pictures. This is the first bridge that we have been in Salamanca.